Hi guys, so a little review, which more will come. But I've just been caught in watching Sandman from Netflix because, of course, I'm a fan of fantasy and I know Warner Brothers had the rights for this character for a while, and it was supposed to be Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I don't know what happened to it. But then my interest peaked when it got out. It looked very dark. It looked very might I would use the term necromantic. I mean, very bleak, but towards a level of fantasy that was very enjoyable, and of course, being having an affair with the dreams and other gods, and of course he's the lord of dreams, and there are other lords of other dreams and hell and heaven and everything like that. Well, I said, well, yeah, let's fucking watch it. So I'm currently at episode 3, and after episode, I loved the first episode. It was esoteric. It was in the past, so it had a very unique flavor um, for being centuries old. It had Charles Dance, and I was saying myself from the beginning. We had mages and like eyes wide shut, like robes parties and sex, like or magic orgies, and in a manner and everything. And it was all connecting with the Sandman caught for a century in his bubble, literally not saying a single word, excuse me. And then I got to episode 2 and I said, "Oh my god, the author I hate the most, the paper author I hate the most is Neil Gaiman, because he wrote what the fuck is it called? Blank. I'll be right back. Thank you, memory. Mortal Engines. Yeah, the Peter Jackson adapted film, and I was so caught into it because it was steampunk and it was Peter Jackson, and I said, "Oh my God, Peter Jackson is doing something steampunk." I grabbed the book instantly. I read it entirely, and it was a fucking pile of shit, literally. And then I read American Gods by Neil Gaiman, who is also a big series on Amazon Prime. So I said, "Oh my God, Neil Gaiman, blah blah blah, American Gods, Gods Walking Among Us, sounds so fucking interesting," and read it through. Another sack of fucking bullshit. So Neil Gaiman in my brain is a fucking hack, a fucking putrid author. He doesn't deserve 1 inch of what he has. He He's just like David S. Goyer, and that was my next point. Is when I saw the combo, the nightmare combination of Neil Gaiman and David S. Goyer, I went, "Oh my God, this is going down the drain, down the sewers, down the Shawshank Redemption when he makes his way towards freedom and it's full of shit and he's sick and he vomits and finally the rain, the godly rain cleanses him. Like I'm still swimming in the shit with this, because of course, that's what I mean. There was a Constantine series not too long ago. I don't know if you remember, but it was made. I don't remember the guy's name. I think it's Matt something. But the important thing is that he was perfect. They brought him in the CW universe because he was just so damn good. He was the perfect Constantine, and I even like Ken Reeves Constantine a lot. I think it's a great character. I mean, the character is so much bigger than the actor, but I always like to see each of them try, and yeah, it was excellent. And when they tried to make a Constantine TV series, the first and I'm bringing that up because it's the first is the same mistake as this movie, because this series, because this series is a 10 season 1 is in 10 parts, and so the first two are character based. It's all about the Sandman. It's all about Sandman's imprisonment, Sandman 3 MacGuffins. At the beginning, I want to say tools or artifacts. Artifacts is the right word, but now it's just MacGuffin. By episode 2, some we had a time jump. It was like, okay, well, sure, if you're gonna do a series, but we had still a lot of mysticism. Like he had to rebuild his land and his manor and his city, his dream city, which was crazy because like the scene that he's bringing all the rumble, the yeah, the rubble of the castle, and trying to make it all come back into form, and he doesn't have the strength, so everything comes back down. It was a great scene. But and then I was at first was like, yeah, okay, well, not not too hard, not too complicated. He says, yeah, create right back and go on your way. But no, it doesn't have the strand because it doesn't have these three MacGuffins: the sand, the helmet, and the ruby. And again, so and we had a great villain in Josh Hoytbrook, something Hoytbrook, his name. I only saw him in the newest Predator movie, and that was such a shit show. But he here proved that he was a good, a capable actor. I don't know. I should have said that at the beginning. I don't know anything about Sandman. Anything. I don't. I never read any comics. I've never read anything on Wikipedia. I've never seen any movies, series. I don't know if he's connected with Constantine. I don't know. I think the only thing I suspect is that he is in the WB Comics universe because he's with Constantine. So I must think that, if I may, that's the only thing I suspect. But I don't know anything. I don't take anything for granted. For me, it's a unique piece of art, and that's not a big problem with episode 3 when he starts hanging with Joanna Constantine, of course. Why can't they bring back the actor who played Constantine? Is it a Sandman thing that it's a woman? I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care. But the first thing we saw is the first two. Here's the main problem. The first two episodes, Sandman didn't say a thing. He was caught in a magician bubble in a manner for 100 years. He didn't say a word for 100 years, and the show was good. So why now that he can say anything he wants is the show turning bad? Because at the third episode, it turns to shit. Because it turns, like Constantine did, to a buddy buddy cop show, villain of the week, MacGuffin, True MacGuffin universe. And at the second episode, I was like, I was kind of scared. I was like, I saw the actress. I recognize a very good actress from Nip the series Nip Tuck, very good series. And so I was like, yeah, I'm happy they hired her. She's great, and she had a very cool again artifact or art or relics shop or dealing with ancient relics and so on and so forth. And the villain appeared in her lair, and they had like she had an amulet, a protection amulet that protected her from him. And of course, he is a great villain. We don't know. That's why show don't tell, show don't tell. And for he didn't say a word for 100 years, and the show was good. And now he's free, and the show turns to shit. And they cast they cast Patton Oswalt as a new Crow. Why? Why? He doesn't have, and I mean, and I'm guessing that, I mean, 90% of this show is probably ADR, at least for the first two episodes, because the guttural nature of Sandman's voice, it was like, it sounded like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, like the projection. The sound was just so high pitched that I said, "Oh my God, this is ADR. He cannot. It's not the fault of the actor. The actor is great, but he can't physically do this voice. He's not a robot." I mean, fuck. And then, as soon as he comes in the third episode to hang out with his new buddy, Joanna Constantine, uh, his his voice has downgraded a lot. It's like is somber tone. He's a fucking lord of the dreams. He's legit a god, and it's like he's so drowned in the, like Joanna Constantine has come to, he has to, like for the first two episodes he had to be in prison for 100 years and not say a word, and fucking dealing with magicians and uh, like I said, orgies of magic beings, and the only thing that got him free was that with a wheelchair like scratch part of his um, or of the hieroglyphs that cast his protection spell around him, and he was able to be free. But now we are reducing. We start from that, and he goes back to his realm, and he meets his partner, who is the librarian, and she said, "Yeah, look what happened. Like his realm is completely destroyed." And I was the CGI, like with the gargoyle, Gregory the gargoyle, was like, which is just barely okay, just barely. I mean, it's a TV show. You know what? For the first two episodes, I was happy with it. I didn't mind. I didn't care. The his dream, his palace looked so good. Um, and here's the thing: I cared more for her, for his crow that died without saying a word. Like I thought the crow never spoke. Why would they? They don't need it. They have a connective, like when you play on Dungeons and Dragons. The mage always have animal companions, and they have a telepathic link. They don't need to express themselves physically. It's stupid. They're creature of fantastical proportions. Do you think they need a tongue and a capacity for speech when they can just speak fucking fast telepathically and not like if you're in a fight situation or a dangerous situation or the life or death situation and you have to speak in his mind so the enemy doesn't know what you're the fuck you're doing. Like that's the whole point. But that's the nature of magic. And like I've said, Neil Gaiman and David S. Goyer have no respect. Once again, in another franchise, have no respect for the rules of lore. And I don't know anything about Sandman. And if they got everything right, well, I say the lore sucks because it shouldn't be this way. With this, I cared more when the boy shot the first crow. I don't remember. It was a woman. I don't remember her name. A woman, a female crow. She had a female name. Fuck, I don't know. And and the crow got shot. The crow never spoke a single word, and I was devastated. I went, oh fuck. And the Sandman had tears in his eyes. He was, his eyes were red and full of tears, and he didn't say anything. And I was devastated. I went, oh fuck, this has to hurt. And I didn't know anything about the Sandman. And now that I know everything, and the crow is fucking Patton Oswalt, Patton Oswalt for the Sandman. Don't get me wrong, Patton Oswalt is great in many things. Why a crow for the Sandman? Why? He first he doesn't change any of his speech patterns or voice or anything. So excuse me, Patton Oswalt, but you don't sound like a dream crow at all. At all. It's not your fault. You cannot play every role in every part of your life. I think you have talent, just not needed for this. And like now with the Sandman, that his voice is shrieked and reduced, and like he is like Joanna Constantine. Like first, why is he hanging with Joanna to get back the sand? Okay, now I am at the end of the third episode. He has the sand. I hope the Constantine thing was just a fling and she won't hang around. I want the Sandman to be his own man, his own character, his own. Uh, he's a lord of dreams. He's a lord of dreams. Jesus fucking Christ. Make him voyage through dreams. Make him as plots and villains and I mean, you can do anything. You have 15 million per episode. Netflix gave you. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Why are we sticking with the buddy rules with Joanna Constantine or I don't care. Even if it was John Constantine, yeah, make him a recurring character, but not standing with him for an episode. And she shuts him at the door to go have a lesbian dream. And of course, I don't care if they're lesbian. That's fine. I don't care. Just, it's a character we don't know for a reason we don't know, and it's taking time and minutes and minutes and minutes, and they're having a back and forth while the Sandman is waiting outside in the rain, doing nothing in the Sandman series. If you want to have a Constantine lesbian show, go do it. I'll watch it happily. But now I'm watching The Sandman. So please give me something the Sandman has to go through, or has to fight through, or has to conquer, or has to overtake and overwhelm, and and that advances the story. The story or the character don't progress when Joanna Constantine fucks a woman, or when any, or a man fucks a man, or a man fucks a woman, or a woman fucks a man. I don't care. It it doesn't accomplish anything, and we don't know anything about this Constantine person when we just spent 2 episodes with the Sandman, which he was imprisoned for a majority of the time. So now that he is free, we're like, oh, he's free now. He's free now. He can talk, he can move, he can speak, he can walk, he can travel. Give us something. Give it to us. But no, now he's just after his sand, his ruby, and his helmet. That's all. And I mean, I disconnected the moment that, I don't care if it was a dream. They were talking and talking and talking, the two women, and I was like, okay, yes, yes. Listen, if you're gonna be here for 8 other episodes, I'm interested. But then her companion, her ex-girlfriend, dies immediately because it was a dream. So all this time was spent for nothing. While Sandman was waiting in the rain, doing nothing, while Patton Oswald was talking, 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 you saying nothing of any use, because he said itself, like, I was, I just died, and before I had thumbs, and I just died in the bed, and now I'm a crow. Then why are you the acolyte of the Sandman if you're not fit for the job description? It's the Lord of Dreams. So give it to us, please. But no, because Neil Gaiman and David S. Goyer only understand cheap, cheap entertainment. They go for the easy fix, the easy answer. They they don't know anything about character. That's why I was so enthralled in the beginning, because I said, "Oh my god, I'm so enthralled with this character while he is being imprisoned. I mean, when he's gonna be free, it's gonna be insane. Like, I will be 110% there." But no, it has gone from 100 to fucking 0, and falling and falling. Because the character is trapped. First, I don't like the new clothes he has. I prefer this long, very long coat that made him sick, like very, very thin, and like the shots when he goes through the portal, and when he walks, and when he's naked, you see he's very, very, very thin, very elongated, like man, and with his long coat, his long black coat that has no buttons. No, I hate the buttons. I don't know why. It's like it. I don't. I hate it because it's something. I have a coat like that. I can put it on and walk on the street. The Sandman should have cloth that only fits him. He is a lord of the dreams. Give him a fucking costume that is worthy of a lord of the dreams. Like, and from what I'm seeing, we're gonna see like Lucifer or a version of the devil played by the girl from Star Wars, the woman from the woman in Star Wars that has the least to do with any woman in Star Wars. Like, so yeah. After 3 episodes, that's my review of the Sandman. I'll try to finish it, but I knew when I the first episode was so ethereal and so interesting, and the music was good. Music is still good. Soundtrack is great. That's what Netflix can do with a 15 million per episode. Fuck, and they have David Toulis. David Toulis, I don't know what his role will be. I expect him to be a villain because rarely does a hero spend his life in prison and reads all about magic and dark shit and not turn into a villain. I don't think he's gonna turn into a fucking good guy. I know nothing of the lore. I know nothing of who he's. I only know he's the son of the woman that runs the Deco artifacts, relics, call it what you will, estate. And I hope that, like, why doesn't the Sandman and her have a relationship and a buddy cop adventure to in Earth? I mean, why? Because she's too old? Because Joanna Constantine is very young and very attractive. So and if she gets, I swear to God, if she becomes a fucking love interest, I'm gonna spin my shit and destroy my computer, and you'll never hear from me again. I won't, because my computer is the last I have, and it costs a lot of money. But you know what I mean, guys. I mean, why it's so by the numbers, it's so cliche, it's so it's why Netflix movies are never good, but they surprise me sometimes, like The Devil All the Time with Robert Pattinson. Uh, and usually their series are very good. And I love the movie The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal, and I love a lot of stuff that they put out. And I applaud them for giving voice and means for visions of maybe new creators or creators that their uh, projects are not how could I say, are not approachable enough, or not popular enough, or won't give enough money or whatever. They pay talent for their talents. That's made that is what made Netflix the juggernaut that it is. It's giving money to people who didn't have money and who never thought in their life that they would have money to accomplish their vision. And here we have Neil Gaiman, a guy who doesn't need money, and David S. Goyer, a guy who has too much money, unworthy, both unworthy because they write shit, being completely free to do a series. So prove me wrong. I have 7 episodes left. Prove me wrong. Go for it. I'll leave my expectations at the door. Even if in the cringiest moments, I will still follow. Please prove me wrong. Please, we have a great character, a great universe, a great story. Even Joanna Constantine, I don't know if in the Sandman universe she's a woman because it's an alternate timeline, whatever the fuck, I don't care. Give me a man, give me a woman, I don't care. Just give me a good character. From now, she's a good character when she's doing Constantine shit, but Constantine will never let himself. I mean, he's with the Sandman. It's like you say, oh yeah, I have a rendezvous in 10 minutes with the president of the United States, but I'm gonna go chill and smoke a joint and buy a burger and eat a burger on the side for maybe like I'll be late. It's okay. I'll be late. It's just the president of the United States, you know. It's like that right now. So fucking prove me wrong. Go get it. I hope this series good for all of our sakes. And yeah, that's my bit on it. So see you later, guys.